I think quality is a variable in training. No! Quality's good form. Shouldn't vary with a lift. Ah, difference of opinion. What a surprise. When you lift weights, quality has a different meaning. It can mean working in the lower rep range with longer recovery like in powerlifting or Olympic weightlifting. Or in bodybuilding, it can mean doing only enough work to trigger the response to grow. Yeah, hit it and quit it. In and out. Ladies. But quality can also refer to the lift itself, and this is encapsulated in the expression good form, which covers any discipline. And in the same way, quantity has different meanings. It can refer to high rep, shorter recovery, more akin to bodybuilding or CrossFit. But quantity can also refer simply to the metrics, the measurement, numbers scrawled or text. Things like reps, sets, recovery, tempo, duration. If you had to draw a parallel, quality is like scores in a beauty pageant. It's subjective judging of some objective criteria, a grading system that's open to rampant abuse and corruption. You look for elements, things like evenness left to right, joint alignment, maintaining visual lumbar extension, elbow position, thoracic curves. Or in sport, the hip crease breaking parallel, the bar touching the chest or full lockout. The naked eye judges these, but it's a delicate blend of one part knowing what you're looking for, 3 parts visual perspective, and the rest is just guessing what the skeleton's really doing. Quantity, on the other hand, is like doing your accounts. It's the gym version of the count on Sesame Street. The self-appointed form police patrolling the internet offer a service that you have to pay a personal trainer to get. Feedback on the way a movement looks. And this is because the internet's a visual medium. It turns every viewer into a Miss World judge. The problem is that the criticism they give on form or quality has made the idea of form unpalatable. Firstly, because few like criticism, but secondly, because even fewer like criticism from someone they haven't seen do it. Combine that with a lack of agreed objective criteria for most movements, and you end up with internet form marshals arguing amongst themselves over lifting law because they all hail from different jurisdictions. And what's legal in Louisiana may be illegal in Illinois. I don't know state law, just trying to alliterate. Seems to me that the only person who really ends up losing out is the person who's taken their time to go and lift, though. Rather than being like the bandit who believed that he'd be safe once he crossed state lines, I'd like to suggest a different way of looking at quality. But it's a bit hippie. Quality is not something that someone else judges for you, it's something you feel. Quality is actually a very important training variable, just like intensity, volume, and recovery. Yeah? I think you need to lay off the wacky-backy. Now, I know this goes against the fitness industry's compartmentalization of quality is good form and is a prerequisite of every lift and should never vary. Correct! Shouldn't vary! Should be consistent. The problem with this definition, though, is it's unrealistic. The reality is form is a variable. It varies from rep to rep, set to set, session to session. Creating an artificial world where it doesn't, and then focusing all your attention on fiddling around with exercise selection, reps, sets, and recovery in order to achieve improvement, creates the world we see. People sort of ignore the movement once they've been shown it because they think it's not supposed to vary. It's like when you're leaving the rental place and they say, drive safe. You're thinking? Yeah, I got it. And people feel defensive at the thought of it needing correcting because if it needs correcting, it's not at the 100% they thought it was. Not only that, but staleness and boredom can creep in if you're varying only those quantitative factors. Sessions get missed, programs don't get finished, and injuries don't get avoided. So, here's another way of looking at quality. Quality is how focused you are on the performance of the movement and how much control you have over every aspect of the movement from start to finish. It's something that can be rated in your own mind with every single lift. It requires all your attention. Boredom's the least of your issues. You're like air traffic control. You've got to be monitoring everything. People's personal anthropometry is different, and this invariably affects your biomechanics. That means the way you express a movement will look different. That isn't quality, that's biomechanical expression. And range of movement's not the be-all end-all. Range is measured with a protractor. Quality encompasses an internal feeling. Now, I appreciate the sports of lifting weights, like Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting, and CrossFit, have judges in them that are judging on parameters that could be loosely defined as quality. But that's someone else's view of your control viewed from the outside. And this again has skewed the view on quality to make it appear as if it's solely an external factor. But the vast majority of it is internal. People who lift spend all or nearly all of their time training because actual competition is only a fraction of a life. As you train, you have to be your own judge, and the judgment is not just from the outside. Yes, you can film it and that will give you some great indications, but that's only half the story. The other half is your judgment of your control and how it feels inside with each rep and each set. And being aware of this and even giving yourself a judge's score at the end helps you better progress your training and organize your overload. In 50 years, there'll probably be an app that's implanted in your body and will visually display all your internal readings. You'll get percentage readouts of left to right activation levels, muscle recruitment efficiency, prime mover to stabilizer ratios, percentage shear forces, and all kinds of other internal metrics. And once it's marketed by Apple in the iPhone 42, it'll be raved about by everyone as the ultimate evolution in training. But until then, you can still be ahead of the game by just trying to focus on judging these things for yourself. Yeah, I want to pre-order 10,000 iPhone 42s. Yeah, you make it rain. I hope this helps. Feel free to comment away, hit the thumbs up, and if you like my vibe, please subscribe. Woo!